We're talking about transformation because Begin Anew has been through a number of changes. COVID hit, everything had to go online and virtual very quickly. We had been saying for years we wanted to research how to do online classes. We never had time. And so suddenly COVID made us take the time to learn how to do something we had always wanted to know how to do. And we learned how to do it well. The result of the transformation of our programming is we had our first virtual student graduate last year.
I wanted to get my high school degree because I wanted to show my daughter that even if you make mistakes in life, even if you're not where you want to be at that point, you can still do it. I heard of Begin Anew through a director of all the schools in Nashville, and he sent me a list of all of the schools that I could get my GED in, and Begin Anew just happened to be there. And I called to Miss Julie, and that's who I talked to, and she was great. She was amazing. I fell in love of how she treated me and the way that she was so interested in me. So that's why I decided to just go ahead and start with Begin Anew.
The reason I chose to join Begin Anew was my sister Julie. I had been a teacher, so she asked me would I be interested. She had a student that she thought I would be wonderful with and that we would get along really well together. I met with Maly, it's all been on Zoom or FaceTime.
That's when COVID was going on. So Miss Julie just said, well, we're gonna go ahead and do it virtual for like a month or two. And that turned out into a whole year.
We kind of just clicked from the start. I was comfortable with her, she seemed very comfortable with me, and it just kind of took off.
She was so patient with me. She always had so much interest in myself, my life, not just teaching me my schoolwork, but she was always there to hear me out and just kind of support me all the way.
Her daughter quite often sat on her lap while we were tutoring. So she was wanting a drink, she needed a snack, she needed a diaper change. But, we just kind of took a few seconds and, kept going.
I think my hardest subject was math. I've always struggled with math, but Ms. Rini made it super easy for me.
The first couple times I thought, this is crazy. How are we going to ever do this? How can I teach math without a chalkboard? And, but it worked. I would, be able to write something on my paper and I could hold the paper up and she could see what I was talking about.
I actually passed math on the first test that I took, and I passed it with a way higher score than I was expecting. So that was a really nice surprise.
And I thought we were going to just work on math. I was going to get her through the math portion of her test. And we got along so well, she said, well, why don't you help me with science too? And I said, I'm not a science person. So, with a little convincing, I said, okay, sure, let's do it. So then she said, okay, now all I have left is social studies. And I said, I am not a social studies person. I can't do this.
I was like, I don't want any other tutor because she has been helping me so much.
We, learned it together. I would study up the night before I was going to work with her, and we would go through some new topics, and it just kind of worked.
I feel like I did very well because I passed all of my tests on the first try. So thank you, Miss Rainey.
I feel like I know her as much as if I had met her, but we haven't seen each other in person. I hoped to come to her graduation and wasn't able to come, so that was a disappointment for both of us.
I mean, she was the first one I told that I was pregnant of my son, so that was amazing. She became more than just my teacher. She was my friend, and I haven't met her in person yet, so I'm still waiting for that moment.
So it really has been a wonderful experience, this whole thing, getting to know Maly. And she has made me feel, so needed and so helpful. And I really feel like it was just all her. I mean, She's been so cheery all the time. She's been always kind of trying real hard to say that, you did this, and I kept telling her that no, it was all you. So it's just that neat feeling that we both have for one another. I feel like she needed me, and at the same time, I needed her.
Renee was such a great encourager, and in fact, she loved what she did. And so it's just great to see how their relationship allowed Maly and supported Maly in what she needed to get her classes done. We actually helped her get a scholarship through the WMU to help her go get her cosmetology license. So she has not only finished her degree, she's finished further education beyond being Anew that's hopefully going to help her provide an income for her family.
It has changed my life now. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I get to do what I like, and I get to be with my kids and my husband. I would just like to thank Anew as well for believing in me and not giving up on me, for the scholarship, for the help, and everything that they did for me.